This is Evelyn Spencer, and I would like to say hello to the dear girlfriends of the Chicago chapter.
A friend is number one, someone who likes you.
To me, a friend is someone who is close to you.
It's someone who's there for you, thinking about you all the time.
Be loyal to each other and not speak ill of one another.
To be a supportive person to another individual, to have that kind of love of a sisterhood, you would say.
Always putting your best forward for your friends.
Friendship's almost like a religion. Well, it started in 1927 by Eunice LeCesne in the New York area. And her idea to just start a group of friends to get together and be friends and enjoy life.
We had to make our own social life because there were very much limitations as to where we could go. It was not free and open like it is today.
But as the time went on, they began to feel that they wanted to do something more for people in the community. But more than that, they felt that the friendship part was important and that we should extend this idea to other people in the United States. And in 1953, Mrs. LeCesne came, helped to organize the Chicago chapter.
Well, it really got started with Eunice LeCesne, who was a friend of Irvina Mean, who lived here. And they got together, rather Eunice with her insistence that we have a chapter here. Let me see, there were 8 of us, I believe. And it was at Yolam Cheatham's home, which is Griffin Funeral Home now. That was a beautiful residence. And that's where we met. It was Yolam and Irvina Me, Virginia Lewis, Hazel Gasaway, Thelma Tilderwood, George White. It took us a while before we got to 25. And when we did, we celebrated it. One of my great memories was our good neighbor parties, the one we had at Dorothy Runner's. We really had a good time.
I had a big party for the Louisville chapter members who would come, and we had a wonderful party together and talked about our programs and how much we liked what we were doing together. And it was a lot of fun.
They came and we had a Friday evening at girlfriend Dorothy Runner and Charlie Runner's home, where we bonded and exchanged ideas, and then the next day we had a tour of the city. So that's one of the wonderful memories.
And I had just moved from the house where Greta is now to the apartment on Hyde Park Boulevard, and I had my first girlfriend meeting there.
The New Orleans chapter was sponsored by the Chicago chapter, and that was a glorious weekend in New Orleans. I can remember the party at the beautiful home of one of our girlfriends, Teena Williams and her husband, A.W. I can remember the beautiful dance and the lunch and all the other things that we had. And of course I can remember the jazz and the good food, gumbo and all the rest.
The meeting was at my house. We just had an absolutely silly good time. We were acting like college kids that night, and we all just sort of what you call let your hair down. We relaxed and just giddy.
Very, very much enjoyed an installation that was given at the Art Institute. Ronnie Hartfield was very active there, as was Denise Gardner. The sunshine was coming in. It's the nicest room there. Everybody looked so well, and they took a nice picture of all the girlfriends. And we had our several inductees who were new girlfriends, and they seemed to be so alert, so bright, so happy that day. We had lunch at a very long table, and it was a highlight for me. I thought of all the possibilities of getting together that was celebratory, and that this was one of the special ones.
We are twofold. We're social and we have a charitable program.
We had a nursing home. When I first went in, we were sponsors of that nursing home, only to do nice things for the people who lived there. And they were always so happy when they would see us. For several years, we had a charity called ACTSO, A-C-T-S-O, which was originated by the NAACP, and the person who was in charge of doing that was Vernon Jarrett, whose wife is in the Girlfriends.
We have been contributing to a battered women's shelter. Each year we donate particular types of items. For example, last year we donated soaps and kind of toiletry sorts of things.
I hope that we can develop more programs that will be innovative to help African Americans, especially extending the scholarship program. The boyfriends are spouses, they are friends of some of the girlfriends, and when we have social events, they're usually invited.
The role that the boyfriend plays is usually at a social event as escorts, of course. Sometimes we have social events just with the group. Boyfriend's always there to help with whatever they can help with, sometimes we can't do without them.
My boyfriend Jim, he gets as much fun out of girlfriends as I do. He has gotten to meet all the different ladies and their husbands, and it's something you look forward to doing year in and year out. One of the most exciting things, and now as I reflect, it was really with my daughter. And when she actually became girlfriend, I was truly, truly excited, because that's just one thing about the girlfriends. There's mother, daughter, grandmother, great-grandmother.
As we grow older, we have daughters and so forth, which we have brought in, and they seem to be extremely excited about being with us.
And I have a daughter who's a member, Yvette, and she's very happy about carrying on the legacy of girlfriends. And we have many daughters who have come into the ranks, and that's important to make it extended into the future. So the next 50 years, we think the girlfriends will be in good hands.
Well, we have some very young people, very successful young people with employments beyond our wildest imagination, which was not available to us when we came along, you know. And they have big ideas and dreams, and not only have them, but seeing them fulfilled. And I just think it's wonderful.
My hope for the girlfriends 50 years from now is that we will always have this feeling of camaraderie and friendship and love.
I would hope that the next 50 years it still remains the way it is now, focused on friendship.
My most favorite memory is what we're doing now. Developing our history, our archives. It's so important to remember the women that established this chapter.
What I like most about the girlfriends is definitely the women. It's the opportunity to meet women whom I might never have met otherwise. You want to be a force of some kind within your community and within the national political structure. And 50 years from now, that may be the case.
Well, it's wonderful friendships, a warmth feeling when you are surrounded by wonderful people.
You have a friend. You always have a friend or friends. That's very supportive and very comforting.
It's a love in the truest sense of the word, the love that I think God calls us to all have. And I think that it's exemplified in our relationships. Real abiding love, real care, real compassion and concern. A person who can feel what you're feeling, can imagine walking in your shoes in whatever experiences you might have. That's a unique, I think, experience to have with another person. And I think we have it in that group. Girlfriends, meaning truly friendship in that sense, of that kind of love. And we need that kind of love.
When girlfriends get together, whether many or few, we disregard the weather as long as we have you. The skies may not be sunny, the rain may try to fall, but as long as we're together, girlfriends one and all. Sometimes we have our boyfriends to help out with this cry, saying eat, drink, be merry, for tomorrow we may die. So let us lift our voices, since joy comes from the heart. Girlfriends will be ever, till death do us part. When girlfriends go to meeting, like a kiddie store selling joy, we celebrate just greeting, for a smile is a priceless toy. We have no great ambition for ruling a mighty world, but we do have one condition: she must be quite a girl. Girlfriend must have vision, or else she cannot see all the beauty that surrounds her, the inner you and me. So let us pray for wisdom, to see not but the best, doing as we'd be done by, till God calls us to rest. Girlfriend, beauty that surrounds her, the inner you and me. So let us pray for wisdom, to see not but the best, doing as we'd be done by, till God